Mighty Bekizizwe, you who possessed vast wealth and power, I beseech you now. Grant me the same prosperity in this life. May your spirit guide my path.
Meet Bekizizwe and Nonsamo's great-granddaughter. Promise.
Oh, mighty Bekizizwe, my great-grandfather, you who possessed vast wealth and power, I beseech you now. Grant me the same prosperity in this life. May your spirit guide my path.
As promised continues her chant, a malevolent spirit lurking in the shadows takes on the guise of Bekizizwe.
Don't be afraid, promise, remain calm. Speak to your ancestor Bekizizwe.
Yes, Supreme Mother of this great shrine. I seek untold wealth and prosperity. I have suffered enough.
My dear descendant, you seek the riches and power I once held. I am keen to help you succeed.
But remember that the scriptures warn us that the dead have no more reward under the sun. Consulting the dead and invoking spirits can lead to perilous consequences. The Lord warns us not to have any other gods before him.
Don't be afraid. Speak, my child.
Ecclesiastes 9:5 KJV says, "For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything, neither have they any more a reward. For the memory of them is forgotten." And Exodus 20:2-3 says, "I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me."
I salute you, my great ancestor. Please accept this spotless goat, sheep, whiskey, money, and traditional beer as my sacrifices and offerings.
1 Corinthians 10:20 says, "But I say, that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils, and not to God, and they would not that ye should have fellowship with devils." Promise, unaware of the deception, continues her dialogue with the malevolent spirit.
I'll do anything, great ancestor. What else must I offer in exchange for your blessings?
You shall offer annual sacrifices of cattle and livestock to sustain my favor upon you. And, my dear, in all your endeavors, you must acknowledge me, Bekizizwe.
The malevolent spirit had two primary motives for wanting Promise to acknowledge him. Firstly, he aimed to replace God in her heart, seeking to receive all the honor that rightfully belongs to God. Secondly, he intended to enhance his malevolent influence and persuade anyone who hears Promise's story to seek their ancestors, with the hope of accumulating wealth and prosperity. The crucial question is whether this so-called ancestral spirit is truly the spirit of her ancestor, or a malevolent spirit pretending to be him. Most importantly, does such behavior glorify God? Can Bekizizwe, a sinner in need of salvation, intercede for Promise before a holy God? Promise fell victim to someone's unverified, age-old theory, a theory that causes people to sin before the Lord by having other gods before him.
But, I have always given glory to God in all I do.
By giving glory to both God and me, all who desire your wealth will be drawn to worship not only God but also the spirits that bestow wealth.
Very well, great ancestor. I accept your terms. From this day forth, I shall honor you in all I do, alongside the Almighty.
Promise, come back here again after 3 days to receive more instructions.
Should I bring more sacrifices?
Just bring the money we spoke about earlier, a large white sheet to wrap yourself with when you go to the river, plus a set of brand new clothes to signify the new life that you are about to enter.
Yes, Supreme Mother of this great shrine.
3 days later.
You're here already. Once again, I encourage you not to be afraid. I am here with you after all. Did you bring the items that I requested?
Yes.
Put them over there next to the fire. Your ancestors' advisors, the same beings that helped him accumulate wealth, will be coming to advise you as well. I implore you not to stare at them, avoid prolonged eye contact with the spirits.
Yes, great one. I cannot wait for this to be over.
Don't worry, it will be over soon. Just play your part and take heed of my advice.
Promise, I shall impart to you the secrets of amassing wealth from powerful nations. Listen closely, for these tactics are your key to prosperity. You shall create a non-profit organization, one that claims to help impoverished communities in need of health care. Seek funds from powerful nations under the guise of charity.
But how do I ensure the funds come to me?
You shall maintain an image of benevolence and purity. Keep your accounts and donors hidden from scrutiny. Establish trust among the wealthy.
And what of the funds received?
You shall divert most of the funds to support your lavish lifestyle, living as a queen among the destitute. Only 10% shall be used for genuine projects, just enough to maintain the illusion.
It's brilliant, but won't I be exposed?
Trust in me, promise. I shall protect your secrets, and the world will see you as a philanthropic angel.
As Promise contemplates her newfound wealth and power, another malevolent spirit materializes before her. It speaks with a twisted sense of guidance.
Promise, there is another path to solidify your image as a good woman, a true believer in the eyes of the world. Marry a bishop, my dear, though he need not be a genuine one. Keep your business dealings hidden from him at all costs.
A bishop, but why?
By marrying a pastor, the world will see you as a virtuous woman, dedicated to God's work. Advertise your marital status, and Christian nations will sympathize with your causes.
And what about him?
Your husband, unaware of your true intentions, will collect monthly tithes and weekly offerings from his church members. Ensure his church branches are strategically placed in affluent suburbs and establish international ties to boost the income.
It's cunning, but what about my current boyfriend?
There's no need to break up. Pitch the business idea to him, and we shall handle the rest. He will play his role unknowingly.
Thank you for your guidance.
Witch doctor hands Promise a mysterious concoction in a small bottle, its contents shimmering with an eerie glow.
What must I do?
Venture deep into the heart of the evil forest, to the place I shall reveal to you. There, you shall find a sacred river. Bath next to it, and let the water flow into the river. Promise, these concoctions hold the key to your connection with the spirits. Take them and follow my instructions closely.
I will do as you say.
As Promise leaves the cave with the concoction, she begins a journey that will forever tie her life to the river goddess and marine spirits, sealing her fate with each step into the unknown. Years later, Promise, now a powerful and successful businesswoman, sits at the head of a long table surrounded by influential individuals. She radiates confidence and authority.
Thank you all for joining this meeting. Our quarterly profits are astounding, and our expansion plans are well underway. We're making a significant impact on our nation.
Promise, your leadership has been nothing short of extraordinary. Your wealth and influence have elevated our country.
Years pass, and Promise's reputation continues to soar. She is now a prominent figure in national politics.
Fellow MPs, I stand before you today to propose legislation that will address the pressing issues facing our nation. Together, we can make a difference.
Promise addresses the Parliament as a member of Parliament. Promise, having risen through the ranks of politics, now stands next to the President as the Vice President of the country.
It is with great pride that I introduce our Vice President, MP Promise Ndaba Farrell, a woman of immense talent and dedication.
Crowds cheer and wave flags as Promise takes her place as the Vice President, a testament to her remarkable journey from humble beginnings to the pinnacle of power.
Thank you, thank you. Supreme Mother, I have brought many followers to the cult over the years.
I know, my child, you will be greatly rewarded.
Please be cautious. When the adversary offers you something with one hand, he takes away what your life depends on, including your very soul. Pray that you do not succumb to temptation. Pray for deliverance from malevolence. As the society members revel in their apparent success, their hidden struggles unfold.
We are now counted amongst the elite.
Do not seek solutions to life's challenges in malevolent realms. Turn to God instead. Exercise patience and place your trust in God's timing. Allow Him to nurture your character and spiritual growth. Most shortcuts are nothing more than snares set by the enemy of our souls. The society members persist in their celebrations, oblivious to the impending consequences that will shatter their existence.
The people sing our praises night and day. We are now super rich.
A few months later, a society member, once prosperous, now sits alone in a broken household, their partner departed, and their children besieged by spiritual turmoil. Opt for the path less traveled, as the broad road leads to ruin, and it is frequented by many. As the society members' lives unravel, the message to all becomes clear: the pursuit of shortcuts and power can exact a devastating toll. Promise, promise. Promise, you and your husband have strayed far from my path. You use my word and my name to exploit the innocent, to feed your greed, and to manipulate those who trust you.
It was just a dream, just a dream. See my vast wealth.
She gazes out her window, where the sunlight reveals her vast estate. Acres of land, servants bustling about, lavish tables laden with food and wine, livestock, luxury cars, and closets overflowing with designer clothes. Despite the warning in her dream, Promise's eyes linger on her wealth. Her heart, once open to the Lord's guidance, has grown hardened by her material possessions.
I think we are done here. Let's go and help the chef prepare breakfast.
Right. We better set the other table for the staff.
I just arrived at the mansion. I hope the bishop is home. I need him to sign some papers.
My wife, Promise, made all of this happen. I still can't believe that she is now the VP of this great nation. Ah, she's finally woken up. I can see her looking out from the window.
No, I won't turn away from all of this. I won't let go of the wealth and power.
With resolve, she chooses to remain on the path of deceit, her vision clouded by the allure of her riches.
Why, when there were so many empty seats next to other men, did you choose to sit next to that young woman at the event? Do you think I wouldn't notice? I was sitting with other VIP guests on stage, but I saw everything.
I didn't mean to. It was just an oversight on my part, Promise. I didn't think it would matter.
Prompted by her rage, Promise's demeanor changes, and she invokes the dark spirits passed down from her great-grandfather. Promise's eyes darken as the spirits of anger, lying, hatred, pride, and jealousy take control. She lunges at her husband, and a violent struggle ensues.
Oversight. You dare show disrespect in front of all those people.
I am sorry, Promise. It will never happen again.
It better not. Or else.
In the end, her husband is left bruised, nursing his wounds, while Promise, consumed by the malevolent forces within her, stands victorious but tainted by the darkness she has embraced.
How long must I endure this abuse? Even my own children see me as nothing, thanks to her influence. I can't risk being poor, and she knows too much about my past, my scandals in the church. She could have me arrested or ruin my reputation. I dare not cross her path. She's connected to the most powerful and dangerous people in the country.
The man's tears continue to flow, his emotions too much to bear. Instead of leaving, he reaches for a bottle of whiskey, seeking solace in its numbing embrace. As he takes a swig of the whiskey, it becomes painfully clear that he's trapped in a life of misery, forced to endure his suffering to protect his own interests. In the ongoing struggle between good and evil, there exists no middle ground. Every action we take either contributes to the advancement of God's kingdom or the expansion of evil's dominion. While the characters in this episode were identified as belonging to Becca Isaiah's morally compromised lineage, it's crucial to understand that, from the divine perspective, humanity is divided into only two categories, those who are saved and those who are not. In simpler terms, there are those who belong to the Lord and those who do not.
Bishop, I am sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Have you seen the news?
No, Connaughton, you're scaring me. What happened?
Apparently, your wife the VP is no more. She collapsed and died on her way to a political rally. People suspect foul play. She passed away at the height of her career.
What?
As soon as her death was announced, a group of strange people arrived at your estate claiming that the VP willed everything to them a few days ago as she feared for her life. Also, your wife was being investigated for fraud. International donor organizations sued her NGO for misuse of funds. Apparently, someone tipped them off about VP Promise's unethical behavior.
No.
Please accept my sincere condolences. May the Lord comfort you during this difficult time.
In short, I have lost everything: my wife, the estate, the NGO, and my name is ruined because everyone associated me with Promise. No one will believe that I didn't know anything about her unethical behavior. I am ruined.
Watch out for part 2. We have 2 additional great-granddaughters of Becky, who are classified as troubled, to discuss. Following that, we'll delve into the stories of the last 3 great-granddaughters of Becky, who are considered the most afflicted. In each instance, you will witness the impact of generational curses on these women and possibly uncover why some granddaughters were more susceptible to generational curses and spirits than others.